Okay, test, test, test. Hello, hello. Okay, test, test, test. Hello, hello. Okay, test, test, test. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's probably too loud. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay. What's up, guys? Just doing some organization before it really starts because I want to test some new things out and then I'm gonna get into deep, if you know what I mean. Before it really starts because I want to test some new things. Guys, just wait some time and then I'm gonna get right jumping into everything cool. Do you see me? Do you hear me, guys? It's a big question. Okay, guys, just wait some time and then I'm gonna get right into it. Just have to do some things before we start. Live chat. Okay. Okay. Do you see it right there? Is it clean? Is it good? Like, how should I do it? No, wait. I want to make the chat. Make the chat. Sagen wir mal. What's up, guys? Just wait just a bit, okay? Because I have to do just slightly adjustments, if you know what I mean. So that's the chat right there, guys. I have to, how can I make it smaller and how can I make it more stretchy? You know what I mean? I'm struggling to do that. It's pretty difficult. Guys, do you know any suggestions how I can make it more crispier, if you know what I mean? Guys, I'm gonna start in 1 sec. Just give me, I just want to have the chat right there, okay? How can I make it, how can I make it, I want that, that's pretty difficult. Why? Why is it so difficult, guys? Um, I mean, I could, I've got an idea, guys. I've got an idea, okay? Wait, okay, is everything cool? So if I put myself right there and I make it the same width, then I can slightly put it right there, so then it's under right this, you know what I mean? And then I have it right right there. Is it clean? Is it good, guys? Is it good? Do you see my do you think it's crispy? Do you think it's crispy enough to start the stream? To start to explore everything? I think it's alright, alright? Let me just put it right there. And I would say, let's go. Right? Maybe I'm just going to just slightly. Guys, I'm new to it, guys. Please forgive me, okay? Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Live chat, top chat. Yeah, maybe top chat. Okay. I would say I'm ready. We can start the stream. Yeah, okay. Very nice. I can't really see it right there. It's right there. Okay. I hope it's great, right? Let me just close this. Let me just go there, close that, and I would say we're ready, right? Okay, so what I planned for now is I want to find out how many people can planche. If you know Super Carson, he's also a calisthenics athlete, which is pretty deep into everything. This is his latest video. Can you see it? That's my question. Can I see it? Or should I make the face cam a bit smaller? Alright. Let me just watch myself right there to see if it's good. Yeah, not bad. Wait, let me put this chat a bit because let me just put it right there. That should be fine, guys. That should be fine, okay? But thank you so much, bro. Now, this is his latest video, and I wanted to do a small reaction on it. Super Clarkson, for those who know, he's pretty controversial, if that's the right word. So he talks about what it feels like. No problem, bro, no problem, okay? Planche, super difficult. I'm at Tac Planche. I am at Tac Planche, okay? After 3 years of calisthenics training, I am at Tac Planche, guys. But it's also not my goal at the moment. My brother is also pretty much into planche. I can show it to you right now before we start the small reaction. It's just, yeah. Calibrate. Gross. He is also into planche very much. He trained planche, I think, for 3 months now, right? No, what? 6 months probably. And this is his planche. Let me react on his video that I've watched probably 1,000 times. So this is his handstand hold. And this is his planche. He first starts off with tuck planche, warm up, as easy. he's currently at straddle planche, which is pretty damn good, not going to lie. Right there, did you see it? This is planche, so very, very nice. I think like planche takes much time, and he's been training for 6 months. I would say it's very good progress, but he's also not at planche right now. But again, it's completely fine if planche isn't working that good right now. I mean, we all have plateaus. I'm also probably at a plateau right now. My progress in front lever is super bad.
Successful, handsome, and rich.
Yeah, that's it. So, what I like to do is I first want to, because that is probably the video that inspired me. I also have got like, you see right now, a little, what is it called? I made some to write, you know what I mean? And I want to see what he says, because I'm not really sure if he talks about how many people can planche, but he definitely talks about this topic. Wait, guys, let me just... I think that's good, right? Let me try something. What happens if I do... Okay. Let's just put it right there.
You're telling me that after all of
So Super Clarkson, again, pretty controversial, not going to lie. It's more of a Greg Duchette of Calisthenics, if you know what I mean. Also saw this comment from his last video, Greg Duchette in Calisthenics. For those who don't know Greg Duchette is basically a person that is pretty much into bodybuilding, and he talks about controversial topics. So steroid use, looks, body dysmorphia, and he just got his own opinion, which is definitely fine. Everybody has its own opinion. Super Clarkson is pretty much the same. Not the same, but he also just tells his opinion out loud, if you know what I mean, which is definitely respect. And you definitely need to have some... You definitely need to be confident to really do it. So he just...
But let me hit you with some statistical numbers.
Also...
In my home country, Estonia, there are around 1.3 million people. And by
1.3 million people, Estonia. Estonia, what is Estonia in German? Wait, let me just Google it quick. Estonia. Estonian. Wait, you can't really see it that good, right? It basically just says, right, let me just put it right. It basically just said Estonia. Estland. Okay. Wait, Daniel's license is from Letland, right? Daniel's license. They don't live in the same country. License. Country. It's Latvia. So we gonna have Estonia, Super Clarkson, and Latvia. Danish license.
the statistics,
only 0.7% of that population.
That is, guys, you don't see it. I'm sorry, but let me just... Why don't you see it? Let me just... You can't see it right now, but it just says, source, trust me, bro.
Population are millionaires, and that equates to roughly 7,000 millionaires.
Meaning that their net worth is over 1 million
Yeah,
euros.
okay. So Super Clarkson says 0. But wait, is that true? Is that really source, trust me, bro? Or does he actually says the real topic? Guys, if you got a question about everything, just write it in the chat. I'm definitely... I tried some of the workout plan that was too difficult. Oh, really? You tried his workout plan from Super Clarkson? I don't know. Does he really do workout plans? I didn't know it. Guys. Didn't know it. But Yeah, probably. I also started with, for those who know Sasha Huber, I can show it to you right now. Sasha Huber, probably such an icon, if you're talking about fitness in general, Germany and Austria. He's just the man. He's just the man. And I also started with his workout videos, actually. I just did for 3 months straight, every day 30 minutes Sasha Huber workout. So king, definitely king. And it helps a lot. But I definitely get that. His workouts from Sasha Huber were so difficult. So difficult. I was literally sweating at the end of every single workout. Pretty pretty nice. But again, it's good for your health, guys, okay? He just wants to push you to your limits, guys. Like, exceed your limits, if you know what I mean. How many millionaires live in Estonia? Live in Estonia. What do we have? Precise data on the exact number of millionaires in Estonia is difficult to pinpoint. He definitely just made something up, guys, okay?
Very straightforward. But what do you guys think? What is the number of people who can hold a clean, straight arm, full planche?
Ooh. Clean form, wow. Wow.
Is over 1 million euros. Very straightforward. But what do you guys think? What is the number of people who can hold a clean, straight arm, full planche for at least
Okay.
3 seconds?
clean.
Not the straddle planche, not the bent arm planche, not even planche push-ups. I mean like a real clean, full planche.
What are you talking?
Since I know the community quite
Wait, is it good? Let me just hear myself, guys.
planche for at least
Let me just hear myself, guys.
3 seconds.
That was
Not the
clean.
straddle planche, not the bent arm.
It's a bit too loud, right? It's a bit too loud. Let me just...
Well, based on my expert eyes, I roughly estimate that there are about 10 people who can hold a clean full planche.
In
Here
Estonia?
There are little
What? 10 people in Estonia can hold the full planche, okay? If he says that, it's okay. 10 people, nah. That's cap, right? That's fully cap. I mean, right? Is that cap or is it true? Only 10 people can hold the full planche in Estonia. 10 people. I'm going to write source, trust me, bro. And bro means Superknausen. So for those who don't know what I'm doing currently, I'm just writing some few things right there because I want to make a video about this topic. I think it's a pretty funny topic, I'm not going to lie. So why not, you know? Trust me, bro. Only 10 people. I mean, like, I live in Germany, right? And I've seen roughly about, let's say, 2 Germans that can hold the full planche. So I haven't seen them in person, but I have seen them on like social media, Instagram and stuff. But I do think there are probably more than that, right? You're telling me, wait, the population of Estonia is only 1 million? Population Estonia, 1.37 million. Yeah, I guess you don't see it right now, I'm sorry, but I just can like right there, you see it? Where my mouse is, 1.37 million. And Germany has 80 million. So if we are like a bit generous and do some math, guys, that's not math, but let's just say Estonia has 1.37 million people and only 10 of them can do the full planche. So what is that? that is 10 divided by 1.37. Right? Is that true? Yes, that's true. I mean, like, the planche is definitely way harder than most people think. When I first started training planche, I was like, okay, 3 months at most, but nothing near compared to that. So full planche takes so much more than just training. As you said, proper diet. You have to be able to, like, don't fear planche. Definitely. But really only 10 people. I mean, like, we are not talking about like Maltese or planche on high bar. So that comes, what is that? I think my math isn't working, guys. I think my math isn't working. Wait, let me just write something down real quick. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is Germany has 81 million people, right? And that would be if Estonia, like, what is that? 0.000% or something like that. That means, what does it mean? How can we subtract it, if you know what I mean? But it's also not that accurate. Okay, let's forget that. Let's watch more. Guys,
Literally thousands
let me
of
open
more
my...
millionaires than there are people who can
open
hold
my-
a full planche.
What is that?
And this ratio
High
is
protein.
consistent worldwide. In America, there are roughly 22 million millionaires. But what about full planchers? When you do the same math, it equates to roughly...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He also does the same math, but the problem with his concept right now, and I can showcase it to you right now. What he does, okay, right? What he does. Kurznotizen. Let me just grab that. These are all my things that I wrote down for YouTube and stuff. So what he does, he takes 10 people. Okay, 10 people. First of all, these 10 people source, trust me, bro, not accurate, right? Let's just put Super Clarkson in brackets. Super Clarkson in brackets. And what he does, well, the population of Estonia is roughly about 1.37 mil. Okay? And you have to understand that this is a certain percentage. So for what he does is, I can show it to you, for every 1.37 mil, 10 people can planche after his equation. You know what I mean? And let's take the population of Germany. Germany has 81 mil people right now. And now if we do the math, for every 1.37, I feel like I'm Einstein right now, guys. I'm sorry, guys. For every 1.37 mil, 10 people can planche. What is that in equation to 81 mil, if you know what I mean? So, quick math. You just take your calculator right there. 81 divided by 1.37. 1.37. 59.12. Let's say that. 59.12. Now 59.2 times 10 equals 591.2, right? Let me just Okay. So that comes up to planchers. 591.2 planchers. So persons in the world, you know what I mean? So that's the equation, if you know what I mean. Wait, we can just like delete the brackets. That is his equation. Only problem will be, how does he know that for every 1.37 mil people, 10 people can planche? How does he know it, guys? You know what I mean? Is that accurate? Is that accurate, guys? That's his equation, guys. Do you believe it? That's the question. But again, it's also fun. It's a fun topic, so just laugh, guys, okay? It doesn't always have to be that serious, but that's his equation. So, great to know. Let me put this back down right there, and let's watch it.
1,000. When I started training planche, I literally thought that I will achieve it in 1 year. Some of you...
Same as me. I thought I would achieve it in 3 months. Didn't happen. I can tell you it right now, guys.
I was tall, skinny, clueless. No, I'm still skinny, sort of. But it took me years of consistent dedication to achieve it. Years of pitfalls and years of frustration. Even if you look at any major calisthenics competition, count how many people actually held a full planche.
That is, you know what? That is like, he's definitely right. And that's also the thing that I've noticed. In many high-level competitions, not many people do planche. If you're talking about swoop, street record ultimate battles, the highest of the high, then everybody does planche with one finger, definitely. But in normal calisthenics competitions, not many people do full planches. Only problem is, so what I know is, usually how calisthenics competition goes is this is a 1v1 battle. So we are talking about 90 seconds each, 1 versus 1. And what I've seen or what I've heard is that you first start with your 45 seconds. So the 90 seconds will be divided in 2. You will have 2 rounds in a 1v1 battle and 45 seconds each. You know what I mean? So let's say I'm competing against Super Clarkson in a freestyle calisthenics competition. Then how it will be, I would have 45 seconds to do whatever I want. Most people do their first 45 seconds on high bar. So we are talking about just freestyle and stuff. Then he does his combo, or he does his 45 seconds. He can do whatever he wants. But again, most people start with the first 45 seconds on high bar. Then it's me again. And then I would do on my combo on dip bars. And this is how competition usually goes. If you are talking about SW Austria, if you're talking about swoop, if you're talking about World Championships. The only problem, it is super difficult to maintain that level. And I also get that. So I've also done not many combos, but I've tried it. And it's super difficult. And if you do like 360 spinning bars, King 540, planche and stuff, then it's pretty difficult to hold the full planche. And you also get combo points. So if your combo is clean, then you get an overall point. And I think it's just better to divide your strength in many categories, if you know what I mean. So just do straight planche, because you will have more energy left, and therefore your combo will get better, if you know what I mean. So I would probably understand why many people don't do planches or full planches, in particular in combos or in comp. But yeah, I don't think it is, but it's just a theory, that's right. So it's a sort of, is this equation the correct answer, if you know what I mean? I have no idea, guys, but it's pretty funny that he talks about it. Also, like 10 people in Estonia. So yeah.
Not much. It is always a tiny minority, even when it comes to competitions. But why the hell am I saying all of this? This is not to say that becoming a full plancher is harder than becoming a millionaire or vice versa. I am telling you all of this to totally reframe your mindset. No, you're not slow. No, you're not failing. You are literally attempting one of the most hardest body weight skills
Planche
known
is
to
super
man.
difficult.
Yes, of course. We can talk about those stuff as well. But let's keep things
What?
simple.
What was that?
It's skills known to man.
Nah,
Yes,
what was that?
of course. We can talk about those stuff as well.
What was that? Maltesini Guisini?
But let's keep things simple.
Man,
By
what
the
are they-
sheer amount of people
What are Super
in
Clarkson talk
existence,
about?
the full planche is an elite thing. This skill is something fewer people can do than it.
That's right. Like for me, especially for me, it's also pretty difficult to use math in order to talk about calisthenics topics because no similarities, I would say, in my opinion. But I mean, if that is what Super Clarkson talks about, why not? You know what I mean? But again, no. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Second stream. And yeah. So my goal for right now is to see how many people can do full planche in the whole entire world. But what he also doesn't talk about is like what percentage of Estonia's population are babies, are children, if you know what I mean. And I've also seen 7-year-olds doing full planches. If that is, I don't think that is, like, if you are 7 years old and you can do full planche, why not, bro? You know what I mean? But, yeah. It's definitely a funny theory. You shouldn't really take it serious because it's like saying... It's pretty difficult, guys.
The resources that will net them $1 million, euros, yens. The journey to a full planche is not in a few weeks. It's not in a few months. Matter of fact, it is within a few years. To most people. And that is totally normal. That is completely...
Yeah, okay, his message or what he's trying to say is that full planche takes some time. And if you are frustrated that you can't do planche in, like, let's say 2 months, that you shouldn't be. Because it takes some time. I definitely get that, and that's pretty understandable and also quite motivational, if you know what I mean. But you definitely need to ask yourself, can I make the progress faster? If you know what I mean. Because, as you said, these exercises take a lot of practice, also the fear of falling, and then a proper diet. If you know what I mean. So you shouldn't also be living with this idea in mind that if you don't achieve the full planche in 2 years, then everything is normal. You know what I mean? You definitely need to also have other factors in mind. So, as you said, a lot of practice, proper diet, fear of falling, and many other factors, sleep, recovery, fun, passion. And it can get pretty frustrating if you are really, really stuck sometimes. I also had, like, the moment I achieved handstand push-ups, the moment I achieved 3 consecutive handstand push-ups, I was like, okay, I achieved one of my big goals. Now I'm trying to learn the one-arm handstand. So the same day I achieved 3 consecutive or 3 clean handstand push-ups, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to stop now and focus on one-arm handstand. And I trained one-arm handstand for 6 months or maybe more. And there are many times where I was like, okay, why is my progress so slow? Why is my progress so bad? And it was pretty frustrating. But again, it takes time, and I've also learned that even though it doesn't seem always right, or what I always have in mind, and also my brother, I can show it to you right now, guys. I can show it to you right now. No? Do you wanna? Not right now, bro. Not right now. I mean, maybe I get the joke because of your name. But, I mean, if you talk about give me the full planche, give me Maltese, of course, bro. Of course, bro. I always take Maltese for free, but yeah, you know what I mean. So, right there, okay? I was at the Calisthenics park, and this will also be a bit motivational, guys. So if you're having a hard time, listen to this, guys. I was right there talking about some few things and just doing my workout. All of a sudden, raindrops.
I think one of the
Maybe you can see it right there. Do you see it?
I'm also doing them
Do
on
you see it? Raindrops. It
Parallels.
rained so hard.
home, like to do
And
warm.
we also had to be under an umbrella just to not stay, or just to stay out of wet. You know what I mean? It was pretty frustrating. It's pretty frustrating if you are at the Calisthenics park and it rains. Especially if you have to go there like for 30 minutes. We literally had to go uphill just to get there. And then all of a sudden it rained. But I still had a pretty good workout. And that is also what I say. Every workout is a workout. So if you also feel like, okay, my workout today wasn't that good, it will be beneficial. Just because you decided to train today, that is the most you could do. If you know what I mean, guys. If you understand. Always ask questions, guys. Yeah, definitely. You should take your time. And that is also the thing that I've noticed. It will take some time. Especially if you are a bit taller, as Super Clarkson said. If you are a bit... You know what I mean? If you don't got gymnastics background, it will take some time to achieve calisthenics skills. But, guys, it's a journey. We all are, here together. What's your favorite calisthenics YouTuber? I probably would say, don't hate me, guys. But it depends. If you are talking about who's the most funniest or who is the most enjoyable calisthenics athlete to watch, I would say Eric Bassi. So this dude right there, Eric Bassi, king of all. He's super strong, super clean and everything. What I also enjoy watching is Simon Imhäuser. Right there, yes. Simon Imhäuser, also king. He hasn't uploaded in 13 days. But he's also a beast. And lastly, Zdeněk Latal. He's sadly stopped YouTube, I think, because his last video is 3 months ago. But these are my 3 favorite calisthenics athlete YouTubers to watch if you are like just wanting a good video. Now, if you are talking about getting deep into information, wanting to learn stuff, wanting to get stronger just by watching it, then definitely Danish Lessons. Definitely. So Eric Bassi, Simon Imhäuser, and Zdeněk Latal, funny dudes. You can laugh. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to get stronger just by watching a YouTube video, Danish Lessons. Danish Lessons, absolute king of all. He's also 2-time world champion, right? 2-time freestyle calisthenics world champion and World Cup winner. 10 years calisthenics experience. Also, king of all, Daniel Christoph. Beast. He's a maker. Daniel Christoph, right there. You will get so much stronger just by watching him. Definitely check him out. And these are probably my favorite calisthenics athletes. You know what I mean? I also don't like... I like to watch people that aren't that into calisthenics, or like aren't that famous, you know what I mean? Because there are also many calisthenics athletes that are pretty famous. Chris Area, Simon Strength, Fitness FAQs, and stuff. I enjoy them, definitely. But these are more of tutorial-like videos, you know what I mean? When did Chris Area vlog? When was his last vlog, if you know what I mean? Chris Area. You know? A long time ago. And that is what I like, you know? And he's also like, especially higher or famous calisthenics athletes are also pretty much on tutorials. So superhuman strength, fat burning, wider back workout, you know what I mean? But again, also King of Calisthenics, beasts, also Nathan Bozesh, Levan Enes, King Dailong, Kanton Kuba, beasts. You know what I mean? Like what I'm just trying to say is higher or famous calisthenics athletes do more of tutorials, do more of you know what I mean? And like not famous calisthenics athletes do more vlogging, have a bit more fun because they don't take it that serious. Right? But I'm not trying to talk about people, guys. Okay. Alex Leonidas is also good. He waits but it's kind of... Oh, Alex Leonidas? Wait. Leonidas? Are you talking about the Acona? Leonidas Acona? No. Okay. Wait. Let me search him up. Alex Leonidas. Pretty interesting. That is also what I like. See, bro training shred, vlogging, training, and stuff. And like, wait, is he German now?
Fühle dich selbstbewusst mit deinem Lächeln. Mit Colgate Max White Ultra. Tiefenwirksame Aufhellung in 3 Tagen.
Alright. Is he German? But definitely. Also.
Let's talk about
Okay.
which also
I also
solves
enjoy watching weightlifting videos. What I've also watched recently is Urs Kalaczynski, if you know him, bodybuilding YouTuber. Pretty interesting. Another try. Maybe I can do it this time. Yes, bro. Wait, I'll give calisthenics another try. Maybe I can do it this time. That's what I mean, you know? You can always restart. When I have trouble with some calisthenic skills, let's say I'm stuck at tuck planche, then why don't I restart, you know? If tuck planche isn't good enough for me, or if tuck planche doesn't give me the happiness I want, if you know what I mean, it shouldn't sound weird, but if tuck planche makes me passionate about calisthenics, why don't I start a new skill, you know what I mean? But again, it takes time. And that was also a big problem for me back then. I wanted to achieve too much squats. And I also switched so many times. I trained one on pull-ups the other day, stayed consistent for 1 week, boom again, restart. Then I did front lever, then I did everything, you know what I mean? So you also have to stay consistent with one skill, but you can always restart. You have to be passionate about calisthenics. Calisthenics is a sport that takes time, that takes passion. Hast du mit Calisthenics angefangen? Ich habe mit 12 angefangen. Weiß man, ich habe damals erstmal von 11 bis 12 Jahre so mit Chloe Ting gemacht. Also so Fat Burning Videos. Ich kann dir mal kurz zeigen, ne? Chloe Ting. Also sowas. Abs in 2 weeks, do this every day to lose weight. Damit habe ich angefangen. Für einem Jahr ungefähr. Und dann ab dem 12. Lebensjahr bin ich dann fett in Calisthenics reingegangen. Von 12 bis 15, 3 Jahre durchgezogen. He's ready to complete naturally. Go to this Calisthenics playlist if you want. Oh, okay, let me search it up. Yo, what's up? Was geht, Younes, Digga? Ich sehe immer deine No Gravity Videos auf TikTok, Digga, die sind so krass. Dein Frontlever ist so stark, Digga. Ne? So krass. Is 100 pull-ups consecutive possible? Why not, you know? Chris Harrier also talked about it in OG podcast. Wait, let me search it up, guys, for you. If you need motivation, watch my videos, guys. Here. No, right there. Truth about the hardest exercise ever.
And ever since my first...
No, wait.
I'm 6'2", 270. Is it possible for me to do a full planche, a muscle up, right? Human flag, right? The tricks that guys 100 pounds lighter than me are able to do.
That's like where
Calisthenics shines the most.
Realize, like, dude, all this shit is relative, and it's all like the limits that you put on your own mind.
Put on your own mind, you know what I mean? He also talks about that. Here.
Once they saw the first person to hit planche on 2 fingers, and then once they saw the first person...
Once they saw the first person to do it, 4 more people achieved it, if you know what I mean. So, why not? But 100 push-ups consecutive is pretty damn difficult, not going to lie, okay? Pretty difficult. But you got this, guys, okay? I believe in you, you believe in yourself, and then easy peasy, bro. A good thing to do with calisthenics is getting information from the natty bowlers if the goal is hypertrophy. Yeah, definitely. Hypertrophy. I know what it is, I can't just pronounce it, guys. It's also pretty good, like you see always these like Ian Barsigal, all these Simon Imoisas, Andrea La Rosa, all these big dudes that are very, very good in calisthenics. I also think Andrea La Rosa, for those who don't know him, he's a beast. Andrea La Rosa is such a huge calisthenics athlete. He also spams bicep curls, you know what I mean? You can definitely mix calisthenics with weights. Definitely a way to achieve your goals. Are you speaking English? Yes, I am speaking English, but guys, if you are German and you write a German comment, then I will definitely going to answer it in German, guys. It depends. You can ask me a question in France, and I try to answer it in France, guys. It's your decision, okay, guys? Yes, okay. I got confused today. He was speaking for us. Yeah, that's right. I speak German in English and English, but you decide, guys. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you, guys. What do you want? What do you want to hear? I can also speak in German if you want, guys.
Utterly okay. What is not normal is those genetically gifted freaks who get it less than 6 months. But if
see, that's what I mean. Like, Super Clarkson is a bit controversial. Like, he hates on everybody for no reason.
Is those genetically gifted freaks who get it less than 6 months.
See, like, okay. He like straight up roasts Daniel Christoph. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand what he says. So he just says that Daniel Christoph said in an interview with the CEO of Carnation that he achieved like Planche in 3 months or something like that, okay? And Super Clarkson also reacted on this podcast or on this interview and just says that, yeah, he's gifted and we all have it hard and stuff. But like, you know, only because he is small, only because he is, small, doesn't mean he didn't put work in. You know what I mean? Daniel Christoph had also a pretty sad backstory. I think he had a pretty dangerous disease or stuff like that on his, right here, okay? On his back head, if you know what I mean. So it was also life dangerous. But he still pushed through, you know? Doctors telling him he will never do calisthenics again and he's world champion. So only because people are small and don't have much muscle, it doesn't always mean. It can mean, but it doesn't always mean they are not putting enough work in calisthenics, if you know what I mean. Really? Okay. I can help you to translate everything French. Why not, bro? Do not mention the mustache man. The mustache man. Who's that? The mustache. Nickelodeon? Right? Or am I in the wrong path? Nickelodeon right there. Right there. I have his... Subscribe to Nickelodeon. That's the mustache man for me. Because he has a pretty big mustache, right? But it looks very, very clean. Also king.
But if I did it as a tall guy, so can you. But not with the same mindset that it is so hard and everyone can do it. No, only the selected few are able to do it. And the selected few are those who are not going to give up if they face any challenges.
Yeah, okay, but
and if you're still
that's
deciding
facts.
to go
Definitely,
on
that's
this
facts.
journey on learning to
You really have
French,
to
please understand what you
consistent.
are aiming at.
Never
A
give up.
skill so rare in regards to the whole population that statistically speaking, you would have a better chance at becoming a millionaire. So take a deep breath and stop comparing yourself to other people. There
But
is
he
a time
speak
and place
facts.
for that,
Okay,
but
even
the
though
moment it
sometimes
starts-
Super Clarkson says weird things and says very controversial topics and stuff like that. Facts, definitely. I also compare, sadly, or not right now, but I compared myself to lots of people, especially on Instagram. You know the meme. You just trained and then you opened Instagram and all of a sudden you see kids doing planche on pinky. But yeah, he speaks facts, definitely. That's right. You haven't given up yet. If you haven't given up yet, you haven't yet failed. Yes. Wait, let me just process that. If you haven't given up yet. Yeah. That's what I also mean. Like, if I understand it correctly, then there are really people that just give up before they even try. Or that before they even fail. You know? Before they even reach their potential. So, pretty cool video from Super Clarkson, like 1 minute long, more? Wait, what
Get
is
to work. And as I've
4K?
said previously, many videos
Bro,
as well celebrate
Super
every
Clarkson got
small
some
win.
good
If you're a tall
quality.
guy and you just learned to hold a tuck planche for the first time ever, celebrate it. Don't feel ashamed that there are some guys out there on social media who can hold a planche for 59 seconds. And if you ever feel discouraged or you feel as if you have hit a wall with your planche training, always remember this one thing. There are more millionaires than planchers. For real, there are more millionaires than planchers. Let that sink in.
Yeah, but is that statistically true? Okay, so now we got Super Clarkson out of the way. Okay, I don't want to be mean, but that was one of my goals. So the first thing was reaction Super Clarkson. Now I want to ask some internet, if you know what I mean. Let's just ask how many planchers, how many people can planche. Because that is what the video is all about. But guys, also Q&A. I should have written in the, you know what? Yeah. Okay. But I always like to answer questions, guys. It's super fun. I don't share skills because one of the most important things is being thin and getting rid of extra. I like having legs and being bulked up. Yes, okay, that is also what I noticed. Definitely. I'm also pretty... Guys, you want to see it? Do you want to see it, guys? I'll show it to you right now, okay? Oh, wait, hi. I'll show it to you right now. In my last stream, I also showed it. I posed with my brother. We had a little posing. This, what do we have? We have Jeff Say, David Late, side chest, double front level biceps and stuff, and we posed. Okay. And I'm gonna show it to you right now. Because I am also pretty bulky. and I also do cardio. I also like to train legs. So pretty similar. Pretty similar. Right there. And I've noticed... Wait, isn't... Shit. I'm sorry, guys. Where is it? Man, where is it? Let me just go quick on CapCut, open my video editor. Where is it? It's right there, right? Because I have to recognize the name. I transfer per WeTransfer. So these are all the videos that I've made, and then I just upload it onto my PC, put it in CapCut, and edit some stuff. Where is it? 177391. Let me just open the video to let you see my physique. 7391. Did you see it, guys? 7391. Do you see it? 73. I'm lost. Okay, I'm lost. Guys, you have to help me. 7391. Where is it? 7391. 7391. Wait, literally? Where is 7391? Where is 7391? Nah, that it can't be real. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow, guys. Okay, so we had a little posing, right? And this is the comparison. I look like this. Let me first show me, guys, so we have that out of the way. This is me. Don't laugh, guys. Don't laugh. Yeah. Yeah. So this is me, right?
In der Mitte. Nee,
let me just...
Nee, genau mit der Kamera so ein bisschen. So meine ich.
Okay.
So. Also, bist du ready, Sabi? Ja.
Come on.
Ich zeig dir mal. Also erstmal
Side chest.
meine Lieblingspose, Side Chest. Ja.
Okay. Right now, it seems pretty... It doesn't seem that bulky. But trust me, in comparison to my brother, it's nothing. If you look at his side chest, like... What is that?
Shy.
What is that?
Vakuum Pose.
And you can see veins everywhere, chest popping, shoulders and stuff. So I would say I am also pretty bulky. And what I've noticed is in some skills, really, in some skills, it is super difficult to be good in it. If you have a certain body fat percentage or stuff like that, you know what I mean? If you got too much extra weight. So that's why I'm also focusing more on handstand and stuff, because I feel like handstand doesn't require you to be skinny. I feel like, right? And my brother, on the other hand, is, I would say, pretty good in front lever, so way better than me, right? And he's also skinnier, or not like skinnier, but he's definitely wider, definitely more muscles. But also, if you're talking about extra weight, so talking about fat, also less fat. So I've also noticed it, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I definitely get that. I also love training legs. I like training. I love jogging a lot, and it's just the way to go in my opinion. Because like. Yeah, but it could be true, right? Especially like front lever. If you got too much extra right, front lever is also pretty difficult, right? Or am I wrong? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Please tell me your opinion, guys. It's also sort of a small discussion. So yes. How many people can planche in the world? What does Google say? Well, there's no precise statistic available on the exact number of people who can planche globally is generally considered a relative uncommon skill even with the calisthenics community. Estimated suggests that a significant number of individuals, perhaps in the tens of thousands. In the tens of thousands. I've seen obese people doing handstands, so yeah, one can get pretty strong. And, yeah, I've also noticed that. So especially if you have extra weight, and Chris Harrier also talked about it in OG podcast. He also says that women have it easier in handstand because their hips are wider, if you know what I mean. And if you are, like, let's say you have more extra weight, your hip also is usually wider, if you know what I mean. So my hips are pretty wide, and it could be a reason why I'm pretty advanced in handstand and pretty bad at front lever. I'm playing Geometry Dash while you're training. Thanks, bro. But guys, I've also Geometry Dash. You know what? Let's play one game. Let's just play one game, guys, please. Just one game. Let me just play one game. I'm the best in Geometry Dash, guys. How many people can planche? I play Geometry Dash. Wait. What is happening right now? Hello. Steam. Installationscode wird ausgeführt. Microsoft VR Redistribable. Okay. Any advice for right shoulder? I'm always hurting. That's pretty difficult. A very interesting topic, actually. So I also had a pretty bad shoulder injury, right? On my left shoulders. That was about, let's say, 2 years ago. And what was the problem? I think the problem is I spammed too much back lever. I think I just... Wait, why is it so loud? I think I just did too much training. Especially like behind the back training, so arms behind the back. I stopped. That is also pretty good if you just stop for one moment of training, let's say 1 week, right? Then you come back, try it again. If it's still hurting, I would do something different. So maybe that's what am I doing right now? Oh shit. So do something different, right? When I stopped when I had shoulder pain, okay, yeah, Blood Bath, no clip run. Guys, I installed mods for Geometry Dash. So, do something different, right? First do, let's say, 1 week off, 1 week just rest days. Just don't actively use your shoulders. What I did afterwards is I did something different, right? Weights. I started doing weights, let's say bicep curls. I also did a lot of arm wrestling, to be honest. And after 1 month, it healed. And what I definitely would want to recommend is be a bit, listen to your body. That's the main focus that I can, or the main tip that I can give you. Listen to your body. If your shoulder is hurting while you're training, then don't train, right? Or do something different. Because I also had many times where I was in the gym, my shoulder hurted from weighted pull-ups, and I still trained, even though my shoulder hurted, you know what I mean? So that's just what I could recommend, you know what I mean? Can't see. Black screen? Nah. Black screen, literally. I'm literally playing right now. What is that? What is the black screen there? What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Should I... What can I do? But is black screen now over? Why is there a black screen when I'm playing Geometry Dash? Wait, doesn't allow YouTube playing Geometry Dash? Nah, that's crazy. Full screen. Let's not play full screen. Let me just. Okay, now. No. Now you see it. Okay. So now, right? Now can you see it? Do you see it right now? Yes. Okay. So let's just do that instead of full screen. So this is. Right. Okay. So this is the main thing that I would recommend. Listen to your body, take some time, do something different, and if that doesn't help, do it more, because I also switched to 3 months. Who's lagging right now? Also switched to 6 months of weights. You know what I mean? So yeah, I also got shoulder pain right now, sadly, on my right shoulder when I'm doing stuff like pull-ups, when I'm spamming handstand push-ups. How I just do it is, when I'm not training, I'm recovering a lot. So I try to avoid unnecessary pain. So if my friend says to me, you know what, let's arm wrestle. Like, okay, that's cool and that's nice, but if you are in a state where your shoulder hurts, then don't do it, you know what I mean? So, if you're training, then train very good, but avoid unnecessary shoulder pain, you know what I mean? So, also a big tip, I also injured my elbow for some time, because I just was doing arm wrestling with my whole class, no warm-up and stuff, so, you know. Guys, what am I doing? Okay, enough now, guys. If you want to see more, I can definitely do more Geometry Dash, but very nice. Okay. So do when hurts and get really yeah, so all the movement that don't hurt, and try in a couple of weeks, I'd say. Yeah, definitely. When my left shoulder hurt really bad, I was only able to do exercises that are in front of me. So bicep curls. I couldn't do pull-ups because then my shoulder would be above me, or a back lever, then my shoulder would be behind me. So I could only do exercises that are in front of me. Bicep curls, I could do tricep extensions, I could do, yeah, that's really it. So I mainly focused on them. I did a lot of arm wrestling because but with warm-up, what I was trying to say earlier is, don't do unnecessarily things, like, for example, arm wrestling with the whole class with no warm-up, you know what I mean? I was arm wrestling and doing lots of weights because they were in front of my body, and these were the only exercises that didn't hurt me. So I focused a lot of them. I did arm wrestling, I did bicep curls a lot, tricep extension and stuff. And then when I got back after like 3 months, it did take some time, but trust me, it won't take that much time if you do everything right, okay? So if you start right now, then it will be gone in just a few weeks, but it took me 6 months, right? And after that, I could do everything. My handstand, no pain, pull-ups, no pain, back lever, no pain. I did lose a lot of progress, but my shoulder wasn't hurting. And look where I'm right now. You know, what if I had still pushed through the pain? Let's say, what if I haven't started doing other things because of my shoulder? Maybe I would have, like, snapped my arm. Maybe. Like, I don't want to be dramatic or stuff like that, but you know what I mean? Definitely one of the greatest ways just to avoid doing things that hurt your shoulders. You know what I mean? In the tens of thousands, what does it mean? Tens of thousands. Tens of thousands, guys. Okay, but that is the thing that I wanted to get used, or that is information that I want to use in my upcoming video. And what I'm also going to be doing, wait, let me just guys, now I'm going to record something. Spam hi YouTube if you want, guys. Hi YouTube if you want to be in the YouTube video, because I have to get a clip. I forgot about it. Super Clarkson. Now I have to do a sort of. Alright, let me just. Okay. How many fingers would you have to lose to stop training? Fingers? Would you have to lose? Oh! That's an interesting question, right? I could train with one arm. So if I would have lost my whole hand, then I would still be able to train. But not more than 6. If I would lose, let's say, so it's also, you know, let's say 6, then I would just focus on other stuff, you know. Maybe I'm a comedian, you know. Maybe I would talk about some jokes and stuff. Because YouTube is sort of an entertainment, you know, an entertainment platform. And I love to entertain people, that's my job. Or not sort of job, but that's what I do, that's what I like, that's what I am passionate about. And I've also had many times in the last months where I just skipped training because of YouTube. Of course, training is one of my priorities, super important for me, but I was just more passionate for a day, let's say, about YouTube, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So if I would lose 6 fingers, hi YouTube, you know, hi Twitch, hi late night comedian shows, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now everybody spam hi YouTube, guys. Let me get a good clip. Let me just get the intro, right? Or the end. The end is good. The end is good, okay? Let me get in my pose. Now I just have to act that I'm talking. Okay.
Celebrate every small win. If you're a tall guy and you just learned to hold a tuck planche for the first time ever, celebrate it. Don't feel ashamed that there are some guys out there on social media who can hold
that's it.
a planche for...
Thanks a lot, guys, because I just want to get that clip of me reacting to Spark Larkson, because that is probably the main reason why I do this live stream, how many people can planche. What I also wanted to do is, guys, what do you like about Tier Maker? Guys, do you know Tier Maker? Do you know it? Do you recognize it? Maybe in my next stream I'm going to put some pictures right there and we're going to rank. What do you want, guys? Let me hear some ideas. I could train with my thumbs and 2 fingers. Yeah, okay. Maybe some like 2 finger push-ups. Okay, that's right. I mean, like, I think there are also people that mainly focus on pull-ups with 2 fingers, right? Because I've seen this short. Let me show it to you guys. It's 5 finger. Like, look at this. This old dude is a beast. Is a beast. And I think he's 84 years old. 84 years old. And he just effortlessly does 2 finger pull-ups. Not 1 finger, okay? But I think you also need 2 fingers. I could also train like this. I could just train like this, you know what I mean? Just give me 2 fingers, I spam just 2 finger pull-ups, you know what I mean? So definitely a beast, props to him, respect, and king. Like, to even train at 84 years old is so difficult, or like such respect, you know what I mean? Started Calisthenics 2 months ago. I've reached 30 push-ups, so I'm gonna do weighted push-ups now, but my max pull-ups is only Yeah, for pull after 8 reps I will do weights, but after 2 months 30 push-ups is huge. It's very very big. So congrats on that. Like I think it took me 1 year just to be able to do 10 push-ups in a row. So definitely props to you guys. Props to you. Congrats. 5 pull-ups. I also got, like when I first started with calisthenics, my pull-ups looked so bad. I struggled all the time with pull-ups. In my opinion, I'm also a dude that is, I would say in my opinion, that is better at push or like at push exercises than at pull exercises. I was always better in pushing, always better in bench pressing, in pushing and push-ups than I was in pull-ups or anything. So definitely get that. It's also frustrating. So I mean 5 push-ups for 2 months is huge. You really have to think, after 5 months or 4 months of 3 months of calisthenics, I wasn't even able to do one. Okay, and for me that was pretty frustrating. But then I realized, okay, it is what it is. I'm better in push. My pull-ups will never or like won't be the best, but I'm good at other stuff. You know what I mean? But huge respect. Like that is clean. Normal push-up with 3 fingers and pull-ups would be hard, but I feel I could get it definitely. Yeah, like it also, especially with finger pull-ups, finger push-ups, you can train it pretty good, right? And the progress will also be pretty consistent, I think, because in planche or in muscle-ups, it's like you achieve one, next day you can do 10, next day you can do 1. You know what I mean? But in especially like finger push-ups, finger stuff, I think you will only get stronger. I haven't really tried it. I can't really talk if it's true, but that would be my thought, if you know what I mean. By the way, Super Clarkson estimated that only 10 people in Estonia can planche, but it's also because Estonia. Oh, okay, yeah. We also reacted on that. 2 people, but that's true. We also have to consider that the average man height in Estonia is 1. That is huge. Let's take average man height in Germany. Height in Germany. What do we have? Latvia? Wait, well, Latvia? Who talks about... Okay. 180. Is that similar, right? 2 centimeters? Is that much difference? Okay, but I would say we can, like, let's take his equation. So because for those who don't know, I just used his equation to measure how many people in Germany can planche. And after his equation, 91.2 people can planche. People can planche. But guys, you know what I mean. I think it's a great idea. You know what? Next stream will be calisthenics tier list. Let's say the best calisthenics equipment. What is the best calisthenics equipment? Right? Or best calisthenics YouTubers? Let's see. Okay. So I want to talk about this Reddit post. I haven't really read it. Now I haven't really read it. I didn't read it, yes. And it's statistic to show how many people can do a certain skill, like a VC. What is VC? Voice chat? I am 198 centimeters. Not me, but that is huge. Wow. At what age is the question? At what age? But I think, like, let me just search up Danish Lasens. How tall is Danish Lasens? Okay. Because he also must be huge. He also must be tall. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. 199? 191? That is huge. Oh, 172. Yeah, okay, but I mean, like, I also think for tall people, skills like 15 and 191. Oh, okay. Okay. But guys, it has its up and downs, you know what I mean? I think, especially for tall people, muscle ups are easier, right? Do you agree? Because like Jan Barsigel, and other athletes spam muscle ups with ease, and they are pretty tall, right? Or like tall people. Do you see any advantage you have in calisthenics because of your height? Because like I would say tall people have it easier in like freestyle, 360s, or am I wrong? Maybe. Or pull-ups, push-ups. So, any statistics that show how many people guys, I'm sorry. VC, what is VC? Victorian Cross? Is he talking about Victorian Cross? Victorian Cross? Victorian Cross? No, not Victor. Wait, what is that? Victorian Cross. You don't know, guys. Victorian Cross gymnastics. Gymnastics. Is he talking about freestyle? Maybe, but pull-ups are hard because they gotta pull up for longer. Yeah, okay. Definitely understand that. Pull-ups are pretty difficult, especially for me. Like I'm training for 3 years now, calisthenics, and I'm still struggling to do pull-ups. So pull-ups, I have it also. Like pull-ups, super difficult. And freestyle could be. I also want to start freestyle in a couple of weeks when it gets a bit more warmer, a bit hotter. Because freestyle can be so helpful and is necessarily if you want to be good in competition when doing calisthenics competition. So, could be, yeah. Freestyle. But I haven't really seen Jan Barsigel do freestyle. For example, would probably be less than in the world. Planche maybe 20k plus. You know what? Let's just take his equation from Super Clarkson. So for those who don't know, Super Clarkson just said, or what I noticed or what I heard, that for every 1.37 mil, 10 people can pledge. Because the average height, world population of men, average height of men. Because I don't want to be sexist right now, but is there a female that can pull off a full planche? Do you know it, guys? I don't want to be sexist, I don't want to be discriminating or something like that, but is there a female? That would be very, very interesting. Is there a female? But let's just take 8 billion. Why? Or should we just say 4 billion because we only take men? Yeah, let's just take 8 billion, okay? World population. 8.2. Now if we do the math, what do we have? We have billion, what is that? 1.2 1 2 3 wait, 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Is that it? Is that it? 1 2 3 1 2. I can't even put it in my calculator. Right, okay, so there. 8.2 billion divided by 1.3 no. Can I get back? Okay, now. I'm gonna do it on my PC. For example, I've been training for 1.5 years and can only do 2 bodyweight pull-ups. I'm more of a push guy, so that's also a factor, yeah. That's true. Pull-ups some guys will never be able to be, or like, it's just harder for some to be good at pull-ups, and it's harder for some to be good at push-ups, for example. Like for me, I was pretty good at push-ups every time, you know what I mean? So I didn't really struggle with push-ups. I mean, like, I trained push-ups a lot, and it's definitely hard work, but it's just easier for me to perform push-ups in comparison to pull-ups, I would say, in my opinion. Hi, was geht? Bila, wenn's du bist? Dann was geht, bro? So, yeah, you know what I mean. So now for the equation, what do we have? 8.2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, divided by 1.3 mil, 3, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, right? Is that it? Is that it? Do we now get the formula? What is that? What is that? So 60,000 people can planche. Right? Or is this equation even acceptable? Is this equation even good? Can I take this equation? Let's just say right there. Let's just do that. Can planche. Yes, I'm sorry if it get a bit boring right now. Yeah. That is the formula. Okay. And statistic, the muscle up 1 mil plus with worldwide have achieved it. There's probably no statistic on this, but maybe for more elite skills like Victorian cross, Maltese manner, inverted cross. But like always these gymnastics exercises, right? Like Victorian cross, Maltese manner, inverted cross. Could be good estimated as they're only done by... Yeah, okay, that's right. And that's it. This is the Reddit post. 3 comments. Yeah, okay. 500 mil can muscle up? Nah, that's cap. That's cap. 500 million people in the world. Maltese 100k? 100k can do Maltese. 100,000 for Maltese? Honestly, I doubt there's more than 20,000 people able to Maltese. I like, these are so funny, these Reddit posts, wow. But there you have it. 500 mil can muscle up. Now I'm just joking. King, he's also king. Like everybody, in my opinion, like everybody that is into calisthenics or talks about calisthenics, king of all. Okay, that's it. If we assume that, let's just say 20k Reddit, 20k people can planche, right? 20k people worldwide can planche. What I also wanted to do in this stream is, yeah, right? Or should I do it alone? I wanted to ask, because what counts as perfect planche? If you look at Ivan Andreev, right? Let me just open Instagram. Wait, guys. A quick black screen for one moment. Quick black screen for more. Wait, why can't I open OBS? Hello. What? Yeah, okay. Quick black screen for one moment. Because you know what I mean? So let's just look at Ivan Andreev page. Alright, Ivan Andreev, beast in calisthenics. He is king. He is such a high level athlete, that's crazy. Know what I mean? If you look at his planche, right, and if you now compare it to Victor Os, right? I've noticed something. Because I'm not really sure if I'm the only one, but it's also, I don't want to be hating or something like that. Victor Oz, where is he? Victor Oz, right there. Valentin Oz. Oh man, I'm like, guys, sorry. Valentin Oz, I'm sorry. Oz. Right there. If you look at his planche, right? Here. Let me just
Schmerzempfindliche
let me just open
muss nicht sein.
clip
Schalten Sie
of him
jetzt
doing
Schmerzlinderung
planche.
an. Elmex Repair and Prevention.
Here. What I've noticed is, let's just compare these two. Okay, let's just compare Valentin Oz with Ivan, and you have to tell me your opinion, because I have no idea if I am the only one. Maybe I am the only one, and it's also normal. It's also like, you know what I mean. And let me just get a good clip of him doing planche. Or let's just take Simon Immoisers, right? Because what I've noticed is like hyperextension. You know, some people can hyperextend their elbows, so it looks pretty. It looks pretty weird, to be honest. But let's just take that for example. It doesn't look good. I want to get a side view, not in front or behind. Ivan, please, just give me... Or let's just take... I mean, like, doesn't make sense. Okay, let's just continue, right? So let's just take this planche. And there are people that slightly bend their arms. Like, let's take Simon Immoisers, right? I mean, again... Wait, not leeches. Simon Immoiser's beast. He is king. Simon Immoiser is one of my favorite athletes. But what I'm just trying to say is, if you bend your arm slightly in the planche, does it still count as planche? Does it still count as planche? Let me just...
Maybe a full multi.
Let me just get a picture of him doing
Pretty
planche.
basic freestyle. Some of you been following me.
Here, do you see it right now? I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's a super clean athlete, heavyweight. It's super difficult to get good. He's also world champion right now. World championship Bulgaria. But you see, his arms are slightly bent. That still counts as planche, right? Because that's the thing that I've also noticed. If you're talking about achieving planche, it doesn't mean achieving the best planche. Like, for example, Ivan Andreev's planche, because I think his planche looks absolutely stunning. Or does it mean just be able to do like... You know what I mean? Yo, what was that? What was that? What? But you get the point. When does planche count as planche? Yeah, it's a bit off topic right now, but I'm just trying to figure out what it actually means. What was that? That's crazy. Okay, but I would say... What's up? I would say it was a pretty good stream. A very, very good stream. Very, very nice. I'm definitely going to search up more things about it. But let's just play one round of Geometry Dash, guys, and then I'm going to end it. Because I've been streaming for 100 minutes. For 100 minutes. It's been very, very nice, but guys, you know, at some point I also have to consider ending the stream. I can't go full screen, guys, I'm sorry. You still see it? Yeah. Okay. I wanna be... Yeah. I also get that. Like, in my opinion, I am 172 and I'm not the same height as you. But I also don't want to grow, guys. I think being tall is, at some point, it can help you and it looks cool. But there are also many people that like want to be 3 meters tall, if you know what I mean. So in my opinion, I would actually rather be, let's say 160 than 2 meters and 50. You know what I mean? So like, there are benefits, and being tall can also help you so much. But in my opinion, I also don't want to grow, you know what I mean? But I can't control it. If my body says, hey, you're going to grow 2 meters tall, then world record, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, 2 meters and 70 is such a crazy and unbelievable height that nice, no? Yeah. If you look at any very tall people's videos, it's sad, but I think he can't also walk by himself, right? He also has to hold a stick while walking. I think it's because his joints are pretty, or like, what is it called, are getting weak because of he's so tall, because of his tallness, you know what I mean? That's what I say. So 2 meters, damn. I mean, like, it also depends on person. There are many people that want to be tall, but yeah. I would also rather stop growing, if that is possible. But if I'm going to grow 2 meters tall, then definitely, you know. Really? It's only not copyrighted song from the main GD level, so I can play it, right? I can play it. Can I play it? Right? Can I play it? Because I haven't really got a copyright strike yet, but anything can happen, guys. Maybe I'm going to look at play the daily level. The daily level, where is it? Light bulb. NCS Luna. Oh, nice. No copyright song. Very, very nice. Wait. Can't I... Wait, what? Hello. Nah. What is that? Guys, what happens right now? Okay. Okay. Damn. Nice. NCS Luna is it called, right? Damn, wow. Like, I've also played Geometry for pretty long now, and for levels like this to exist is really playing shit on that. Sight reading. No, what was that? Guys, let me finish this beautiful level, and then, guys, you know, next stream definitely tier maker list. I definitely want to rank some things. It has, like, somebody has to do a Calisthenics Geometry Dash level, please. Somebody has to do a Geometry Dash Calisthenics level, please. Like, I also searched up, I think like Steam Calisthenics. But nobody has made a calisthenics game yet. But maybe, like, I would play it, you know? I would play it if somebody would make it, right? What a day, yeah. That would be me, guys. That would be me. Okay. Where is go, Lowe? I would say, guys, I'm going to finish my pudding now. Very, very nice. And that would be it, okay? Now, what I want you to do, I also said it on the last stream, make the best out of your day right now. You know, it's currently 5 p.m. Make the best out of it. If you haven't trained today and it's not a rest day, keep pushing, you know. Keep fighting, keep training, and see ya, guys, okay? Right now I have to put there. Sie können die Verbindung nicht wiederherstellen, jetzt sind wir gestorben, wir werden nicht länger. Okay.